hop on really fast before the actual content of the video starts to just let you know I am aware that the Doll Circle did a doll chat with Claudina9 about pretty much this exact topic on Saturday. I literally filmed this on Friday, and I just happened to have the misfortune of filming it the day before they released a pretty similar video. I did still think that it was a good video. I was proud of it. And just in case you guys wanted to hear kind of my opinions on the topics, I thought I'd go ahead and post it anyway. But yeah, just wanted you to know that I am aware, and that's kind of what's going on. So we'll pop into the video. Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. Despite the more serious topic of today's video, I am still really excited to be here with you. Regardless of whether we're talking good or we're talking bad, it's always fun to be engaging in the doll collecting community. So thanks for being here. I do want to say I'm pretty sure that most of the people who see my videos are also adult collectors. If you happen to be a kid, this video is not for you. We are going to be talking about diversity and race issues. So this one's going to be for my adult collectors only. With that, I do want to reiterate before I start railing on this line that there are some really, really good points. Obviously, I bought 6 of the dolls, so I like the dolls. They have stands, the fashions are on trend and also incredibly detailed. The eyes are inset and they have rooted lashes. And those are all wonderful points. Those are what made me buy these dolls in the first place. But they're not perfect. Nothing can really be perfect, but some things are really, really problematic with the Rainbow High line. So that's what we're here to talk about. I will start kind of easing in, so we'll go with the lighter hearted stuff first. I know some people were a little upset about the price point. It's, I want to say around $25 per doll here in the US, which is steep compared to other doll lines that are on the market right now. I will wholeheartedly admit that. But at least for me, given the detail and given how much you do get with each doll, I think it's worth it. But for some people, $25 is too much to spend on a doll, and I completely understand that. So that's kind of the least upsetting thing about this line is the price point. Then we do have the fact that there are some defects. My Sunny doll was the worst offender in this case. She had a spot on the back of her jacket and some paint defects on her shoes. Some people I know with Violet have had issues with her eye being like tilted up weird. So minor defects. With any line, I do think that it's expected that some dolls are going to be less than perfect just because they are mass manufactured, and that's going to happen. But that doesn't mean that it's fun to unbox a doll and see that she's not quite what you were hoping for. So also not good. Then we have the accessories, or kind of lack thereof. These dolls come with extra clothes, but aside from earrings, they don't come with any jewelry or purses or any other little tidbits that would kind of delve deeper into their personality. For example, I was a little disappointed that Poppy the DJ didn't come with headphones. Again, it's a little bit nitpicky, and again, I'll admit that, because they do come with a lot of stuff compared to other dolls that you could buy. But for dolls that are this detailed, it would have been really, really cool to see them go another extra step. That's something that could totally be improved upon in the future. So, not as bad. Here is where it gets rough. So I'm sure you guys have seen online people talking about the lack of diversity in skin tone in the Rainbow High dolls. And looking at my lineup here, it's pretty obvious. There are 2 other dolls. There is a Maya Range. She is going to be the hairdressing doll. She's also super, super pale, very obviously white. And then there was promo photos for Avery Styles. She comes with a bunch of extra fashions and a wig, and it looks like she might be the same skin tone as Skylar here, but I haven't been able to find her to purchase her. I haven't seen anyone else who has either, so at least as of right now, that's kind of unconfirmed. But with that being said, you've got 8 dolls for the original release, and out of those, only 3 of them are not super, super pale white. 2 of those, Skylar and then Avery, could very easily just be white girls with a tan. Like, it's not like they're, dark or anything like that. And then Sunny is the darkest skin tone that MGA gave us. And while I'm glad that she's there, obviously, like, it is great that they have that representation, they could have pushed it a lot further. You know, people come in such a wide variety of colors, and they're all beautiful, and they all deserve to be able to have a doll who makes them feel represented. I know that sounds maybe small to some people, but especially for younger girls who are collecting these dolls, it would be so meaningful for them to have a doll who looks like them. So it's super disappointing that MGA didn't give us a wider variety of skin tones. You know, you have 8 dolls. It would have been a lot to process, like a lot of custom or personalization within the like production procedures, but you could have given us 8 different skin tones if you really wanted to. And I think that would have been incredible. That would have been a whole different reason to love these dolls. So, not great on that front. It's a little disappointing. But it goes deeper. I started to notice it around doll number 3 that I unboxed. All of the dolls have blue eyes. Like, all of them. Jade has a slightly greener eye, and Ruby, and it looks from the product photos like Avery, are a little bit more purple toned. But for all intents and purposes, every single one of these 8 dolls has blue eyes. Brown eyes are the most common eye color. It's not even like they picked the most common color to like put across their entire line. They picked blue. And I would argue that blue lines are most commonly associated with whiteness. I feel like that's kind of like a hot button thing to say, but it's true, you know? And I think it's wild that not even a single doll would have brown eyes when most people in the world have brown eyes, statistically speaking. So that wasn't good. And then again, it goes another level down. The hair. Stylistically speaking, all of the hair is the same length. We do have Sunny with her space buns, and then Violet has bangs. But essentially, they're also all styled very similarly. And I would have liked to have seen something different. There are Barbie Fashionistas dolls that are bald, that have side-shaved heads, that have really short hair, or that have really long hair, like crazy long hair. And it's kind of like, why not, you know? Why couldn't you have done that? Especially like Jade is supposed to be a super alternative personality who hates doing anything conformist. So a side-shaved head would have looked phenomenal on her. And I think it would have been cool to see, you know, maybe Skylar with like a little bit of a shoulder bob. You know, there are other options. And while I understand that for a young girl having hair that they can like brush through and style is fun, I think that the representation could have been better stylistically. And that's not even to mention the texture. If you guys know anything about curl patterns, it's a scale that kind of goes from pin straight to like super, super, super curly hair. And I would argue that none of these girls here is anything more than a 2C. And that's, you know, pushing it, considering they really only have curl at like the end of their hair. And that's, again, just wild to me that they have 8 dolls and they couldn't give one of them super cool, bouncy curls. It's like there's such a wide range of skin tones, there's such a wide range of hair types. And I wish we could have seen that. Especially given the fact that MGA makes other dolls that are really diverse. I don't personally collect the LOL Surprise dolls, they're just not for me. But they have a huge range of skin tones, and they've done all kinds of different hairstyles. There are dolls that have like afros, there are dolls that have really wild like color blocked hair and all kinds of things. So it's not something that they can't do or that they don't have a history of doing. They just didn't. It fell flat with these dolls in terms of diversity. Especially with the premise of Rainbow High. They're supposed to be going to a fashion school where they are taught to express their individuality. And the dolls all do that to an extent. Jade looks very different from Ruby, who looks very different from Poppy. but it's all extremely surface level. Their fashions are different, but if you take the clothes off these dolls, they're all very similar, and that's not a good thing. So that's what I've noticed as far as these dolls go. It's really disappointing. I can only hope that in the future MGA takes that criticism and does something with it to make this line more inclusive and more representative and more interesting by doing that. I would hope. I know that in the past they have actually listened to what people have to say and kind of gone off that. So hopefully that's something that we can see in the future. But if you guys saw any other problems with this doll line that I didn't talk about today, definitely let me know down in the comments. It's not the most fun topic, but I do think it's an important topic. So I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. But that is all I have for y'all today. So do have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!